Salute, boxing fans, boxing critics, and boxing analysts. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing. One love, shout from the South. Renee Box Young with you. I want to just get right to this. I don't want to make this video long. I want to just, talk about, as you can see here, a little message I gave to Paulie, and I'll show you the original Instagram post that I put, or more like response to him. A message that I gave to him, and I just told him, you got a lot of haters, Paulie. Okay, now first and foremost, I want to give you my stance on Paulie. In my channel, I don't cover him at all. I mean, I haven't covered him. He's ringside commentator, as you guys all know, former pro boxer, right? Fought in BKFC, also lost against Labov. What he has to say and what he has said throughout the years is quite controversial, concerning Wilder, concerning racism. And I don't know why, but I'm not interested in him really at all. I mean, but I'm not an expert in the subject of racism. That's why I had shouts out to brother Curtis Anderson, amazing, honorable guest speaker who comes to my channel, who comes to my shows. I invite him on my shows, and he just has so much to say. An amazing guy, and he broke down, the racism, the topic of racism on one of my recent live. I love hearing, I learned so much from people like that, and from Curtis, on the subject matter, at least in the last live, of racism. And in general, in boxing, man, he's an amazing speaker on boxing, source of knowledge, great guy, man. And the reason why I say this is because I'm not really, I'm not an expert on racism. I'm not, I'm not an expert. So, but, Paulie has had some choice things to say about racism, that it doesn't exist and things along that nature, right? All you guys who have heard him, who have investigated that matter with Paulie and what he has to say about that stuff, which is kind of offline in my personal opinion. Paulie, in general, okay, he has controversial things to say. So, I mean, and I don't know why I got to his Instagram profile. Something led me to it for some odd reason. I really don't know. Sometimes I just I think I know why. I think he was on one of my recommendations in Instagram or whatever, or I don't know how it came about. But I like to surf boxing profiles online from time to time on social media, like in Twitter, Instagram, and I try to look around, and sometimes I just like to stay updated on things. And I don't know what led me to go to Paulie's profile. I don't know why, but I just went, okay? And actually, it's interesting. On my last video that I pushed out about Derek Chauvin, being a sociopath, right? Go check it out. It's I talked about it according to a former FBI employee, FBI member. Go check it out, and I broke it down how he was labeled that, and the reason why I say it's because I was in that video. Go check it out. In that video, it was recorded right there. An Instagram notification came up on the screen, and it's right there, and I X'd it out. That was Paulie Malignaggi. That was Paulie responding to me to this. Okay, what I put here. Okay, let's get to it. It says here, this is me. I'll show you the source in a moment. Okay, the link in the description or whatever. Right. It says, I just told him, I just said, hey, you got a lot of haters, Paulie. Okay. I don't follow him. I don't, I just said, you got a lot of haters, Paulie. I just wanted to tell him that because of all those controversial things that he says, throughout the years against people, against Wilder, I think that's why I'm not just interested in Paulie, really. And this is what he responded to me. Let me go. I took some screenshots and just want to put it on my, right here. It says, and look what he said. And this is what he responded to me when I was doing my last video, recording it. And you can see the pop-up in Instagram on the screen in the last video. Go check it out. It says, at Renee Box Young, because I'm brutally honest and I don't conform like these spineless Okay, yeah. I like to keep it clean. Y'all know me. Y'all know my channel. I keep it clean, right? But, excuse me, this is Paulie responding to me. And he's responding to me in this post that he put in his page, okay? So, in his profile. So, and as you can see, it is proof here, right? It came out right here in the heart or whatever, right? The notifications. So this is around the time I posted the last video. Well, I recorded the last video. And you'll see the notification pop up in that last video. So go check it out. Just as proof, just showing you guys, this is proof, right? Paulie Malignaggi mentioning me because I'm brutally honest. So remember, that's a response to me telling him that he has a lot of haters. So, a response to me telling me that, he's honest, he's brutally honest, and he doesn't conform like these spineless, okay? So, I don't know, man. I think that's personally, everybody has haters. That's the thing here we got to understand, right? We all have haters, whether we are, for people, whether we are, right in what we say, whether we are, what have you, whatever, right? But I'm not the type of person to respond to haters like that, because there are a lot of people that's like I said, man. Paulie Malignaggi says lots of controversial things, right? That's what I'm trying to say here. He says lots of controversial things, and I don't think that's the way to respond. I don't think that's the way to say things. He's brutally honest, and he doesn't conform like these spineless. Like the thing, why? Because he's at a certain. He's in the limelight, you know what I mean? He goes to events, he goes to boxing events. You got to be careful when you say these kinds of things, I'm not the type of person to speak like that because I know how the world is, and, it's best to be an integral person, a man of integrity, a woman of integrity, and try to be try to be kind to everybody, even though somebody hates you, it's not, try to be sophisticated about things, you know what I mean? Try to be, but responding like that, it just makes the haters even more mad, and more angry, and the thing here he goes, going back to what I was saying, he goes to boxing events, he goes to big sporting events, and you never know, man. So I don't know. This is what he responded to me. I'm not gonna respond back. I mean, I can get back and forth with him, but the thing here is that it's interesting because Paulie, it seems like he does. Let me go back. It seems like he does respond to people who talk to him or whatever, right? Who leave messages. He does respond. It seems like it at least, and he responds. He gives long responses sometimes. Here's my original one, right? And then he replied to me here, but he does respond quite frequently. I've noticed that. Look right here, yeah. So here's a person. Sicilians. They're talking about racism, as a matter of fact, and that's kind of what led me to put that there because he was talking about racism. Even one of the commentators, whatever, follower, they're talking about races and stuff. There's racism against Italians because this and that, right? And then he responds, Sicilians were done this way, and he responds quite long, giving a big old explanation, but. I like to do that. I like to do that to, show you guys what people respond to me as far as, boxing media or something, people along that, in that realm, in that community, because I have posted, those who know my channel, Gervonta Davis has replied to me, one of my first videos of the channel, actually. And then Tony Harrison responded to me concerning me saying that he doesn't want the rematch with Charlo. Which he did, and I give him his ups for that. Great fighter. Tony's a great fighter, man. Awesome skills, And then he replied to me in Instagram. And then we have Paulie Malignaggi here responding to me. So, hey, it's pretty cool, I guess. But the way he answered is like, whoa. Okay, so that's to all his haters, I guess, right? I'm not for Paulie. I'm not saying I'm for or against. I'm just, I don't know. I don't follow this guy, man. So it is what it is, man. What do you guys think? What are your opinions on Paulie, man? I mean, as a former fighter. I haven't even followed his boxing career, man, honestly. I'm not really interested, so just don't have interest in this guy for some reason. I don't know why, but, I think it's because he's quite controversial in how he speaks and how he just portrays himself, I guess. I don't know, but it is what it is, man. Renee Box Young. Like I said, comment below. What do you guys think, about Paulie responding like that? I mean, it's a trip. Thank you guys so much, man. Peace out. Renee Box Young.